couch co-op games may be a thing of the past, whereas when we had the PS1, PS2, and PS3, couch co-op games were quite common and we usually had them quite frequently. Almost every single player game had some form of co-op. This is a time that has since gone by and we don't really have things like this anymore. However, there are still a few games that I would like to chat about over the course of this video that do still offer couch co-op on more modern systems like the PS5. So today we are covering 5 couch co-op games available on the PS5 that I think everyone should check out going into the holiday season, when it is a time that we're supposed to be spending with our families, our significant others. And this will be great ways to spend more time together, especially if you're in colder climates. Unfortunately, in South Africa, we're not really cold climates. We do have quite warm weather. But if you do want to chill inside under the aircon with a couple of awesome games, these are some that you should check out. Now, I first want to mention that while couch co-op games aren't as frequent anymore, we do have games like Helldivers 2, where online co-op has taken or has become the norm. We are more frequently seeing games that are co-op but over the internet, and what's a pity is games like this no longer have the couch co-op option to then go online. You kind of only have online co-op to go off of, and while I do understand that in this new internet connected age, it is something that is a bit sad, and I do wish we had a little bit more couch co-op titles. Another thing that I just want to do is quickly mention a few honorable mentions. One is Minecraft. Minecraft's the staple. I think if you enjoy Minecraft, you enjoy Minecraft. I didn't really want to include it on this list because I feel like we have other games that are a little bit more deserving. Then you could also pick all the Lego games, the original Lego games, so those from TT Games, which have a massive following, and while they are great titles, I didn't really want to include a whole bunch of Lego games on this list. And then the last one is Baldur's Gate 3. Now, Baldur's Gate 3 I haven't played yet, but it does have a couch co-op mode for the console versions, which is amazing. I mean, it's incredible that a game of that scale, Game of the Year 2023, has a couch co-op mode, a game that I am dying to try and can't wait to hop into. Now, with that out of the way, let's hop into the 5 games in no particular order that I think you should be checking out for couch co-op on PlayStation 5. The first one is one that is going to test your strength, the strength of your relationships, should I say, because you can honestly start throwing real food in this game if things do not go well, and that is Overcooked. Now, Overcooked has a bunch of different versions. There's Overcooked 1, Overcooked 2, and Overcooked All You Can Eat Edition, which is the one that I actually have played with my partner, and I must say, as much fun as it is, there have been times where we've probably wanted to throw something a little bit harder than a pillow at each other for dropping food. It is an immense amount of fun, but it is very taxing, incredibly difficult when things start happening fast and too many things are happening at once. But what is great about this is you can play up to 4 players couch co-op, which means that most of the family can be taking part at the same time, which is something that you should not take for granted. A lot of these games are only 2 players, and when you have 4-player options, it is even more special and it can lead to some incredible memories. Now, after that, we have another 4-player game, and that is Sackboy: A Big Adventure. This is the first 3D Sackboy game that we had, and it was great that we had it on PS5, allowing us to explore the knitted world. There is so many things to do, and if you love platformers, and both of you or all of you that play love platformers, this is a fantastic game that actually offers quite a bit of challenge if it gets a little bit more later on. And you can do I think it's called the Knitted Night challenges. I can't quite remember what they're called, but those are really, really difficult, and sometimes it's actually easier to do it with a partner or in pairs, but there's also competitions that you can have with each other in this game. So if you are someone that is a big fan of 3D platformers, Sackboy: A Big Adventure is definitely the game to check out for you. Now, the next game is something that has been more recently released, and that is the game behind me, and that is Lego Adventure, or Lego Horizon Adventures. Now, I know that there's a lot of mixed reviews about this game out there, but as someone that only plays on PlayStation, I think these are the type of games that we need a little bit more of. Astrobot showed us earlier this year how important fun is in gaming, and Lego Horizon Adventures is just that. It's some fun. Now, the reason I'm including this and not one of these is because this isn't made by TT Games. This is made by Studio Gobo and Guerrilla Games, where the whole world is actually made out of Lego. It's shorter of an experience. It's a little bit more tactile. The combat is very fluid and very responsive. It's something that I actually thoroughly enjoy in this game, is the combat. But when it comes to the TT games, I feel like those all play the same, and this offers something a little bit different and something that is a little bit more worth your time, especially if you don't have that much of it. You can basically complete this in a weekend if you have a free weekend, which is something that I think is a little bit understated nowadays. I don't think enough people appreciate having shorter titles. When you get older and you have less time, having shorter titles definitely does play a role in what you play. I mean, I've been picking shorter games to play over the past few months instead of playing longer games. I mean, I still have Persona 5 sealed. Anyways, as I was saying, I still have Persona 5 sealed, and that's because it's a 100-hour game, and I just don't know if I have the time to outlay that many hours into a game. But shorter titles and co-op games go very well together. I mean, sometimes a co-op game can overstay its welcome and then it becomes a little bit less enjoyable. So Lego Horizon Adventures is definitely something that I recommend to everyone that has a short period of time that they want to play together, or with kids. It's fantastic for kids. There's lots of different difficulty settings. My partner and I have it on the medium setting, and there are a few times where we were challenged quite a bit after saying that it was actually quite easy, and then immediately after we said that, Murphy's Law, we had a very difficult time with the next few boss runs. Now, after that, if I didn't include this next game, I think my partner might have shot me, and that is Stardew Valley. Stardew Valley is a game that took myself and my partner by storm, a game that we never expected to fall so far in love with. I mean, if we look at the time that I've put into Stardew Valley, we've put 200 hours into our own world. She's put another further 40 hours into her own world, which is insane. She does not like playing very many games, let alone by herself. She loves playing games with me, which is why this list came about. But she actually goes and plays Stardew by herself, and that's just a testament to how fantastic this game is. There's so many things to do. After 200 hours, we're still nowhere near complete, and with the 1.6 update having recently come out, there is more to do, and I think it's just a testament to a developer's passion to create a game that he really wants to. Concerned Ape has really crafted a magical world that you can live in, and with it becoming Christmas, playing through the winter season and the Winter Fest, I think it's called, kind of ties in quite well with one another. It is a really, really great game, and I think you can actually play it up to 4 players locally, which is, again, spectacular. So if you do want to sink a lot of hours into a game, Stardew Valley is the one to do it in. Now, a couple of years ago, we got a release that kind of changed the landscape for co-op games in modern times, and this game is arguably the best co-op game of all time, with a phenomenal story, incredible gameplay that changes throughout the title. If you haven't guessed it yet, It Takes Two. This game is amazing. It takes you through a married couple's travels, and almost as they are on the brink of separating, they have this epiphany with a very bizarre book, turning them into these miniature characters that go around their home. It's such a complicated game to try explain, but you have to play this game with your significant other or with a friend. It is an incredibly emotional story that has some of the best gameplay changes I have ever seen. No two levels are the same. It is a spectacular game that everyone should definitely check out. If you haven't yet, you are missing out big time. It is the perfect game to play over the Christmas period, I think, and I think it is a great game to always just hop back into with the mini games and stuff that are available. Anyways, I've rambled on long enough. I hope you guys are enjoying your holiday season and that you will join me for the next video when it comes out soon. Now, this is also the first video that I have to say a massive thank you to everyone. We have finally hit 1,000 subscribers, so thank you so much for taking this journey with me this year. This year we have swapped over to obviously the long form talking front videos, and that seems to be what everyone enjoys, so we will definitely be continuing this going into 2025. But I just had to say a massive thank you right now, and I hope I'll see you soon and that you're playing something awesome this weekend. Cheers.